It's the eve of the eve, and you know what that means. Time to bake cookies. Let's do it. Now, chocolate chip cookies are great and classic, but since we have leftover bits from a gingerbread house kit, we're also going to turn these into kitchen sink cookies. Now, since peppermint's such a strong flavor, we're not going to need a lot of these, so just take the broken ones and mash them up until they're a nice fine powder. Now, the trick is to make a good base cookie, so we're going to start with 2 sticks of salted butter, and you're going to go ahead and cream that with your sugar. Now, I like to go both ways, so we have 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 3/4 cup of white sugar. Go ahead and add an egg to that. And just a quick aside pro tip here, so you're going to take these 2 things and put them together about a year before you do this, and you're going to make vanilla extract, and you're going to end up with something like this. And extra pro tip, you're going to save your little bottle and put the big bottle in there so you can use it a little bit at a time. And see, now you don't have to spend $11 on that little bottle, you can make a big bottle of it yourself. Now there's one more step to that, but we'll do that in another video for another day. Now that all your wet ingredients are creamed together, it's time to start the dry stuff over in a separate bowl, starting off with 2 cups of flour. Now remember I told you before, peppermint is super sweet, so we want to make a nice umami, so we're going to grind some of this into a fine powder, and that's going to counter all that sweetness. Then you add a teaspoon of baking powder and whisk it all together. And now they gotta meet like Harry and Sally. And just like Sally, you're going to want to have what she's having once you see these finished cookies. Now if you had leftover candies like M&Ms or chocolates, you could chop those up and put those in here as well. I just went simple with the pretzels and the peppermint, and I think this is going to make a really good cookie. And here I am once again making another shout out to Pampered Chef because I love my cookie dough scoops. I'm going to go with the big ones today, that way I'm not here all day, but if you wanted to make little cookies, go with the little guy. And apparently now it comes in a super jumbo guy, so maybe I'll get that for Christmas, who knows. I've been kind of good this year. Now since this is our tester batch, there's just 4 cookies on here, and yes, that is sea salt I'm putting on top because it's going to bring out more of the flavor of the cookie. And as you see, I'm not really in love with this first batch. They came out a little too dark, so we had to lower the temperature and the time, but let's give them a taste anyway, shall we? Now even in the well done version, you can tell the peppermint caramelized on the bottom, creating this nice chewy texture. There's a good balance of flavor. It's a little chocolatey, it's a little sweet, it has that festive holiday peppermint going for it. All in all, it's a pretty nice cookie. And I was much happier with the next batch. Enjoy your celebrations, and we'll see you in 2024.